Hello everyone, how are you? So we have seen the basic notion of the language, and we have also seen some modules and how to use them. So today we'll continue with the language in itself, and we will see a very important notion, which is the sequences. Uh, the aim of today is to see what is a sequence. So a sequence is how to 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 accumulate some data in a structure. So this is what it is a sequence. So roughly there is four forms of sequence. The first one is the list, the second is the tuple, the third is the set, and the last one is the dictionary. So uh, those four types of sequence uh, are of course different. Each one has some characteristics which are different of the others and make it special. So as I have told, the main aim of those sequence is to assemble a list or a combination or a sequence of data. So if we have many objects that we have to assemble in order to work on them, we have the choice to choose one of those sequence. So let's begin with the first. For example, the list. If we have a list, it is essentially like this. So we'll begin with the empty list. So the empty list, we can create it with the built-in function list with the parentheses, of course. So we can see this list that we have just created. So L0. So this list is empty. It has no element. There is also another way to create it, which is using directly the brackets. So if we see, it is the same. So an empty list. Of course, we can add objects to this list. For example, numbers or strings, for example, cat, for example, dog. We can also add boolean values, true, for example, and so on and so forth. So we can see this list of elements. Of course, there is many methods and techniques to use this list and work on it, but we will see them in the next sessions. Today it is just an introduction to those sequences. Good. So this is for the list. We can also say the tuple. So if we have, for example, a tuple, we'll call it T. It is easily created like this. So if we see now this tuple, it is an empty tuple. We can also create it just like the list with the built-in function, which is called tuple. So tuple, it is this what it can give us. So if we want to add some elements, it is also possible with the same technique, just in adding directly some elements and some data. So this is how it is. So here we cannot change it. So because it is already created, we'll see this in the future sessions. So this is how we add elements to a tuple and creating it, because adding for tuple it is not possible. So we are creating a new tuple. Good. For the sets, so if we have, for example, S as its name, so we can just create an empty set like that. So we can see now this set how it is. So this is how we use those elements, so those samples. We can also create it directly with the same samples. So if we see it, it is the same, an empty set. And of course we can add elements and data to this set, for example. But we have to remember that a set cannot double an element. For example, if we have 2 times 4, in the result we have just 1 4, as in the notion or in the mathematical notion of a set. So we cannot double an element. So this is the set. So if we want to see its type, so type of S is of course a set, class set. Why I'm doing this? Because in a dictionary it is almost the same, but with one just difference. So we can create it with the built-in function dict, and we can say this empty dictionary. So it is the same. So we can say that a set is just like a dictionary, but it is not, because when we are checking the type of this object of D, we will find that is not a set but a dictionary. Why? Because we have built it in or with the built-in function dict. So how it works? A string. Good. So this is our dictionary. So the first name is the key, and the second 45 is the value. For example, if we have here the name of someone, for example, our famous Bob. So Bob has the age of 45. For example, if we want to add another name, for example, Mike. So we can give it, we can give him his age. So, and we have this dictionary. So, and we can add as many elements as we want. So this is how it works. So sequence, it is a set of elements, and in order to work on them and to get them on, we can use 4 types. We have the list, the tuple, the set, and the dictionary. And we have seen how to use each one. In the next sessions, we will see how to work on those types of sequences. So this is what we have for today. Thank you, and see you in the next session. Goodbye.